more evidences. And more so, this research will be integrated with other medical systems so that it gives a more scientific touch. Ayurveda isn't just a medical practice, as we all know. It has a wider scope and covers various aspects of public and environmental health too. And the medicines under the Ayurveda are herbal, which are degradable. Government is making efforts to integrate, as I said earlier, Ayurveda, yoga, and other traditional medical systems into public healthcare system and to make it more scientific and globally popular. At the same time, availability of affordable healthcare to the poor is a priority area for the government. As you all know that the Ayurvedic and homeopathic medicines and the treatment are always much cheaper compared to the allopathic medicines and treatment. Ayurvedic preparations have proved to be the immunity booster during the hard time of COVID-19 pandemic. Popularity of the Ayurveda can be seen by enhanced in interest of the people globally in Ayurvedic products for wellness preventive measures. The interest has also resulted in increasing the export of Indian spices and herbs, which is a good sign for Ayurveda and India as a whole. And the 3-hour long program today, which has been brought by Saktiya and Dr. Rajesh Mishra under his presidency and in collaboration with our consulate here, we will have a lot of keynote speakers. The list is long, so I welcome them all today. And at least me being a very novice about Ayurveda, though I'm the beneficiary, and I'm the beneficiary from Ayurveda and homeopathy to the core. I really would like India to be the hub of treatment where not only for allopathy, but Ayurveda and homeopathy and naturopathy treatment all around the people from globe, they should come to India for cheaper and better treatment, and a treatment which is holistic, not asymptomatic. So this seminar today will give a lot of perspective into this aspect. And incidentally, this is the festival season. Yesterday it was Dhanteras. Today we have Choti Deepavali, and tomorrow is the Main Deepavali. Day after is a Govardhan Puja, then Bhaiya Dooj, and the whole list of celebration starts. So wish you all a very happy celebration time, the festival time, happy Deepavali. At the same time, please stay safe, stay healthy, take good care of yourself, and we look forward to a great session ahead. Thank you once again, all the participants. I welcome you all. Thanks. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your well wishes and enlightening us about Lord Dhanvantari and Ayurveda and its holistic approach towards it. Thank you, sir. Now, I would request Dr. Rajesh Mishra, President Shaktya EFO, to welcome our guests and speakers.
Namaskar. Respected Consul General Sri Madan Lal Raigar sir, Vice Consul Mr. Shri Gulchan Dhingra ji, Dr. Professor VP Singh sir, and all the eminent speakers, participants. I welcome all of you in this first international seminar on Ayurveda, which is organized by the Shakta EFO and Consulate General of India, Hamburg. Shakta EFO is social cultural organization, and Ayurveda is one of the important culture of Indian tradition, Indian system. And that's why we are organizing this event to promote Ayurveda on this holy day. I welcome all the supporters, sponsors for this cause. Without them, this event is not successful. So we have a lot of distinguished speakers, and I don't want to waste your time to listen them. Thank you very much. At the end, please must give your feedback so that we will update always. Thank you. Namaskar. Welcome again.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh Mishra. Let's start our seminar with our first keynote speaker, that is Dr. Harsha Graminger, President of European Ayurveda Association, EFA. Dr. Harsha Graminger has done her medical studies at the universities of Hamburg and Chicago. Since 1992, she owns the Ayurvedic doctor's office in Italy and Germany. She is a founder and CEO of Ayurveda GmbH, which is a producer and distributor of traditional Ayurvedic food supplements. It is her passion to recognize Ayurveda in Europe as a traditional medicine system according to the standards of the World Health Organization. I would request Dr. Harsha Graminger to enlighten us with her topic on New Age Ayurveda.
Thank you all. So, dear Consul General, Mr. Madan Lalraiga, the representative of Chakya, and you all who are here today. I feel really honored to be part of this celebration. For me, Ayurveda is the most important in my life. And you can see, as a medical doctor, I really appreciate this system so much, because it's the only system which keeps the people healthy, maintains health, and cures them, because it's a complete system which we don't have in any other, I don't know, we don't have it in homeopathy, in Chinese medicine, or any other medicines, and not in allopathy. I feel only home in Ayurveda, and my patients are very happy that I'm I'm treating them with Ayurveda and give their lifestyle advice and diet advice, and a little bit of food supplements as well, which is known as medicine in India. So I will not talk about a New Age Ayurveda now, because I felt, we all like to promote Ayurveda globally. So that's why I give you another presentation, because we have to pull all the energies together to globalize Ayurveda. It's such a precious gift which we have received from India. And I'm so happy that Prime Minister Modi is doing everything to spread it throughout the world, and is also supporting research. So I will load up a PowerPoint. Wait, I need to, if you give me the possibility, please.
It's done, please.
Yeah, now I can load it up. Thank you very much. So, one moment. So you can see it, you can hear me. Okay. So I would like to talk, because we have done a lot of work together with Ayush, and from when Ms. Chalacha was there in the Ayush office, we were busy with international conferences in Delhi, and out of this developed a lot. So I like to give you a short vision about where we are at. So today, Ayurveda is not yet recognized as a system of medicine. Not yet, unfortunately, throughout the world. And products are not legally available, not what we like to have. So our goal is, now I need to see how I can, so our goal is, wait, I need to get back, yeah, that Ayurveda is part of the National Health Service, and it's paid by the insurance companies, and it's accepted as a complete medical system, and that the patients have free choice of using Ayurveda or any other medicine. We are not there yet. The insurance companies support allopathic system of medicine, a little bit of homeopathy, but not yet Ayurveda, unfortunately. And of course, me as a doctor, I would like to have the full range of medicines available here in Germany and in Europe, which we don't have. It's not a food supplement. So what is CAM? CAM is complementary and alternative medicine. And we know that more than 75% of Europeans use at least once in their lifetime CAM, any or other method. CAM is now,
Excuse me, you are in mute, please. Dr. Greminger, you are in mute, please.
Only now or before?
Now it's fine.
Now it's fine.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So, okay, CHEM is different systems of medicines, no, which is alternative, and in this also should be Ayurveda. Ayurveda was not in it. So the European Ayurveda Association did a lot to go to Brussels and to show that Ayurveda is part of complementary and alternative medicine. So we traveled a lot to Brussels, and we talked in the European Parliament, we talked with MEPs, and we put it inside, and we are part of EuroChem. This is an association which has the different departments like homeopathy, phytotherapy, anthroposophic medicine, and now also Ayurveda inside. So we have to go together, and we manage to go together. So this is all medicine. This is when we look globally or only in Germany and Europe, and this is CHEM, and this is Ayurveda till now. So don't you think we have possibilities to grow bigger than that? So I believe in this system, and we have to grow. We have to do everything we can. So how can we build or join network of CHEM groups? That's what we did in Brussels, and we are still doing it. So we are talking to MEPs, we are in the interest groups, and it's a lot of lobby work, because people did, for them was, even for the Europeans, or Ayurveda like a barefoot medicine, not really a valuable system. And that's why we have to talk about it. We need to make it known, and we do this since 2008 already. And meanwhile, they know Ayurveda exists. So that far we got. So, you know, the Cambrella project, this was a research project about complementary and alternative medicine, which was funded from the European Union. And we were part of it. And we had also a part of Ayurveda in it, in this research project. So we are still talking to MEPs, and we are in this EuroChem association. We are raising awareness through the media to educate the public to demand Ayurveda. So we have made congresses, two big European congresses, EWAC 1 and EWAC 2. One was 2009, one 2016. So we have written articles for the magazines, for the newspapers. In the last European World Ayurveda Congress, we had articles in DPA, we were shown on the television, we were in the radio, we were in the magazine. So this was a very, very good promotion of Ayurveda. And this was sponsored by Ayush, by the Indian government. Otherwise, it was not possible to create such a new, huge event. Even it was a voluntary work for all the EU8 people. So the education is very important. So we have adopted the WHO guidelines for Ayurveda. We know that in WHO now we have even Indians there who are representing Ayurveda and work actively in the WHO. Before it was only the Chinese fraction which had been there, but now India is getting stronger. So I really like that. So research is very important. So meanwhile, we had clinical research at Charité in Berlin on osteoarthritis, a well-published research paper, which was also funded by Ayush, not only by Ayush, but a big amount came from Ayush. And we need to have more research like that, because then it's like, oh, Ayurveda works against osteoarthritis without other drugs. So this was really a big success for the Ayurvedic world and was happening in Germany, in Berlin. So what we need is safety of herbal Ayurvedic medicines. Of course, it needs to be safe. It can't have contamination like heavy metals, but this is the same in India. So we had talked about this with Ayush, and now they also look better in India. They look better about heavy metals. So we need to have it. me personally, I like to have the real medicines like Racin d'Or also available in Europe. Now it's like, oh, very bad, it's mercury and sulfur, oh my God. But it's very helpful, it's very strong medicine, and it's for curing disease, not for taking as a prevention. So we know to separate this. So we have one time like food supplements or geese or gems, but we have also strong medicines like Tribuan Kirtiras if you have the running nose, or so there are so many medicines which are really, really successful taken in India, and we are not allowed to have them here, and I like to have them there. So economics we need for using medicines and therapies. This means now people need to pay for their medicines. No, if they want to cure themselves, they need to not the insurance pays for it, but the people themselves, and we need to have a change in this, and we need funding, of course. The research is very important to get recognized as a medical system. So we need to have research at the universities. And just now is another research project running, which is funded by the German government. And it will be together with Indian laboratory and German laboratory and the universities. And EUA was just applying for this to maybe get a funding from the German government. We hope so. And so we have strong partnership in India and here, and hopefully we will receive it and we can see if we get new analytics for the multiple herbal products, hopefully. So the good thing is about Ayurveda, you don't have the drug dependency, what other drugs make. No ongoing medication. So I showed it in another talk that if we would use Ayurveda properly, then we could save the National Health Services 85% of the cost they are spending now. 85%. I have the paper and it's unbelievable. And the people here, they don't, the government, they don't want to have now to implement Ayurveda to cure people. I don't know why, even if they know it is working. So we need more research on this. Sooner or later. There is a mic on. Okay, we need to propagate. Like we had this going on Incredible India, do you remember? And Incredible Ayurveda. This was promoted through the missions.
Sir, 101% all broad bus, all herbal minerals, सारे all one grade. मेरी actually सारी medicine foreign ही जाती है.
May I request to all?
Custom से.
Thank you. Because otherwise I can't talk. I don't hear myself. Thank you very much. So we need PR, publicity, and coordinating press office in each of the regions, geographical regions, that we can go global. That's clear. So every mission needs to help to promote Ayurveda like it is now. It should not be a one-day event a year. It should go throughout the year. Otherwise, we can't be successful. So now. Yeah. Publishing, we need to publish the case studies, dramatic case studies, which we have. So I had a patient who had a brain tumor and I cured her with Ayurveda.
Result मिलेगा 101%.
So I don't know, we have still, some goes on the mic, okay.
Sure.
And we need a central website for each continent, for trade and legislative information. So people know what is possible, what is not. We get a lot of mails. We want to export Ayurvedic drugs. How can we do it? Can you tell me? It's a huge thing. So we are a voluntary organization. What shall we do? We have people, of course, working with us who know the legislation. So it's not a thing, just I give you a small page and you follow this and then you can export. It is a lot more necessary to know. So it would be good to have these websites in each continent. Propagation we had. In Tokyo, the WHO developed first time a classification of traditional medicines, paving the way for the objective evaluation of its benefits. And Ayurveda is now inside. Isn't that fantastic? So before it was only China. So the International Classification of Traditional Medicine have an interactive web-based platform to allow users from all countries to document the terms and concept used in traditional medicine. So we are a step further from 2010. We are working on it, and thank you to India and the government of India to really send somebody there to WHO to do the work. It's Gita Krishnan, I guess. So the classification was initially focusing on traditional medicine practices from China, Japan, and the Republic of Korea that have evolved and spread worldwide. So the China has they're a little bit ahead because they supported a lot of research in European countries. The government was paying for it. So we don't have so much in Europe going on about Ayurveda, but we have in the US some research going on. We need to have more going on to wake up the people that it works. So, you know, the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity, in this, we can have in each country that Ayurveda is a cultural heritage. It is not implemented everywhere. It is so important to have this, to make it known, to have it there. It is a cultural heritage of humanity, Ayurveda. What else should be a heritage? It is so important to have Ayurveda in it. So under the initiative, Ayurveda has the opportunity to maintain its traditional heritage, including the use of Ayurvedic preparation. So if we are all there as a cultural heritage, then we can tell, well, Ayurveda is meant to be like this, not only herbal drugs, but a complete treatment. We have surgery, we have everything in Ayurveda, and it should be complete. Don't take out something, a little bit of food supplement here, a little bit of diet there. We have a complete system and all the medical disciplines, which is so important to let the people know that it is like this. So what we have now is food products. We have in the West, no, foods and food supplements, and we have traditional herbal medicine products, which we don't have yet registered. There is the possibility to register monoherbs and multiple herbs if we find the proper analysis. And we have medicines, the full range of medicines. So the market for us would be $15 billion. This is the European market for Ayurvedic medicines. If Ayurveda products are seen in the shelves and public, then they want Ayurveda. We need as a prevention, as a cure, as everything, but we don't have it in the shelves. It needs to be registered as traditional medicine, and we are working for this. So don't think food supplement is the end of the road. As a food supplement, you can't have proper medical research. They need to use medicine. So we need to go this way. It's, it is not nice to walk, but we have to go, because if it's in 10 years and 20 years, it doesn't matter. This is the way to have it really recognized, Ayurveda, even inside the medicinal system. So this was my little talk here. I hope you could take something from it. So the European Ayurveda Association, this is the email address. You can reach us there. You can write to us. Now I'm vice president since this year. Our president is Dr. Peter Kart. And we will join you. We will like to work with you and still have a continuous exchange with the Indian governments, with the mission, whomsoever like to support Ayurveda and globalize it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for letting us know about your clinical research goal, which is very huge. If anyone has any questions regarding the New Age Ayurveda research, you can ask now Dr. Harsha Graminger. I'm sure she would love to answer your questions. Anyone has any questions? Or else you can write her the email address which she has given. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you too. And enjoy your day. And it's so great you are doing this job today. It's so important to spread it. Yeah. So all of us are necessary to do that. Not one person, but we all. Enjoy your day. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, we will move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Dr. VP Singh from Varanasi, India. Dr. VP Singh is a professor in medicinal chemistry in Institute of Medical Science, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. Dr. VP Singh has 35 years of experience of teaching and research and also published many national and international research journals. Today, Dr. VP Singh will be speaking on challenges and opportunities in globalization of Ayurveda. I would request Dr. VP Singh.
Sir, you are on mute, sir. Please unmute.
Dr. VP Singh, I hope you can hear us.
They are trying to unmute.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. First of all, I am very thankful to Dr. Rajesh Mishra, President Saket EV, Germany, for inviting me, and I participated in this great seminar. Respected Sri Madan Lal Raigarji, Consultant General of India, Hamburg, Germany, and other dignitaries who are associated with this seminar. Ayurveda is the oldest system of life, science, and healthcare in the world. It is based on its own unique pro-nature holistic approach and its own diagnostic and therapeutic procedures. Ayurvedic therapeutic uses a wide range of materia medica, largely utilizing herbs and minerals drawn from nature. Green pharmacy is its hallmark. Ayurveda emphasizes on promotion of health and prevention of disease rather than mere cure of a disease, and as such, it is a patient-centered system of medicine. In its entire approach, Ayurveda is a personalized healthcare system taking account the Prakriti and Vikriti, both simultaneously. Ayurveda had its own codified, retained tradition of thousands of years contained in its own classics. Ayurveda originated from India and became the worldview of its time, which subsequently shrank to Indian subcontinent because of many odd situations and rapid emergence of European medicine in colonial India, and thus India became the sole holder and user of this ancient knowledge system till presently. Now Ayurveda is gradually spreading outside the India. Earlier, a high-power task force appointed by Government of India to develop strategy to promote and regulate Ayurvedic education, research, and practice internationally. This task force has proposed to launch an independent council for international cooperation in Indian medicine. The current world trend is to use as much as possible the green pharmacy and natural product as food and medicine. This trend has notably boosted the world market of natural product, including Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine. According to a report, the world market for such products has gone above $70 billion projected to reach 5 trillion by 2050 per year, reflecting a huge opportunity in this sector. The resonance of interest in Ayurveda initiating globalization is considered to be because of a wide range of factors such as unique fundamental principle of Ayurveda with quantum logic, safe and cost-effective green pharmacy, mass accessibility, and unfolding limitation of conventional medicine. Now the opportunity such as global recognition of Ayurveda, rapid growth of evidence, export of Ayurvedic education, opportunity of Ayurvedic practice abroad, launching regular Ayurvedic colleges and hospitals abroad, export of Ayurvedic drug, and promotion of quality research in Ayurveda. Recently, it would be seen that in recent years, the Ayurvedic knowledge has been spreading world over. Ayurveda is now officially recognized in over a dozen countries and 6 states of USA, including 5 countries of Europe. Globalization is an inevitable, spontaneous phenomena which makes any knowledge or commodity, including economy, knowledge, or culture arising in any part of the world, available to any other part of the world if it is so needed and is so useful. The spirit of benevolent globalization is based on the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words. Now, our next speakers are Dr. Sunil Vashisht and Dr. Brijpala Vashisht from India. Dr. Sunil is MD in Ayurveda Medicine and PhD in Ayurveda Cardiology. And Dr. Brijpala Vashisht is MD in Ayurveda from top Ayurveda institutions in India. The duo have been trendsetters in scientific Ayurveda practice for more than 3 decades. Today, they will speak on the topic how to treat metabolic syndrome through Ayurveda. May I request Dr. Sunil Vashisht and Dr. Brijpala Vashisht to enlighten us with their topic?
Namaskar. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Dr. Sunil Vashisht, you are audible to us. Can you please start your seminar? Is there any technical problem?
Dr. Vasist, can you hear us? Yeah.
Okay, I think there is some technical problem with Dr. Sunil Vashisht. We can move on to our next speaker, that is Dr. Bhupinder Singh from India. He has worked as a lecturer in different Ayurvedic colleges in India. Dr. Bhupinder Singh has participated as a guest lecturer and attended global Ayurveda conferences and health expo, and also participated in many national seminars. Presently, Dr. Bhupinder Singh is running an Ayurvedic clinic and Panchakarma center in Amritsar since last 14 years. Today, Dr. Bhupinder Singh will be speaking about the role of Ayurveda in dermatology. Dr. Bhupinder Singh, you are in mute now. Could you please unmute yourself? Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yes. Namaskar, and thank you very much to Mr. Rajesh Mishra ji and Consulate General of India, Hamburg, Mr. Madan Lal ji. Are you audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes, yes. Okay. Today I present my case on the role of Ayurveda in psoriasis in dermatological diseases. Right? Okay. Sure. Okay. Actually, nowadays psoriasis is a big problem. So I can explain the Ayurvedic management of egg kushta psoriasis, a case study. Psoriasis is described in Ayurveda as egg kushta is a type of Sudra Roga, Sudra kushta. The number of people suffering from psoriasis all over the world is increasing progressively. Ayurvedic medicine is oriented toward prevention, health maintenance, and treatment of disease. There is a large number of drugs of herbal and mineral origin mentioned in Ayurveda texts regarding the treatment of egg kushta. The present case study is successfully or Ayurvedic management of a Ubhe and Pardesi Tvak Arakvarte Tvakvivarne Kandu Tvakvirta since 2 months. He was treated with Ayurvedic herbs and some Panchkarma procedure. Effective result with Ayurvedic management. Keyword psoriasis, egg kushta, Ayurvedic herbs, effective therapy. Egg kushta is one of the skin disorder. Example by Acharya kushta in Chikitsa of Adhare. There are two types of kushta, namely Mahakushta and Shudra kushta. Egg kushta is one of Shudra kushta. Ashwadam not prescribed, Mahavestu extensive, and Matsyakritham looks like fish scaling. If anybody is suffering from psoriasis, you see the some scaling, silver scaling, and red rings like structure with itching and with pink color discoloration, Arun Varna. So according to Ayurveda, these are main symptom of egg kushta. So psoriasis varies in severity from small localized patches to complete body coverage. In modern era, different type of pollution, lack of proper diet. Nowadays, mostly people take intake of fast food, junk food, and usage of various pesticide, insecticides, chemical on body, various cosmetic chemical, and all this lead prevalence of skin diseases day by day. The prevalence rate of psoriasis is 0.44 to 2.8% in India. Line of Ayurveda treatment for psoriasis is Shodhan and Shaman. Chikitsa, Shodhan Chikitsa can be given by Vamana, Panchkarma like Vaman, Virechan, Rakmoshan, and Basti. Whenever Vata is dominant, Ghrata should be prescribed similarly, where the Kapha is dominant, Vaman Karma, and in the dominancy of Pitta, Vrechna Karma and Rakmokshana should be done. According to condition, according to which dose is perkop, uske hisab se, according to this, we start the treatment. And this is my case report. A 35-year-old male patient came to us with following chief complaint: discoloration, erythematous patches rounded and irregular shape appearing as silver scaling. Kandu means itching, right? And to dryness of skin. Last 2 months. History of present illness. A 35-year-old male patient presented with reddish erythematous plaque on legs. He was complaining of itching and burning sensation over there. On history, patient had above complaint since 2 months. Patient took modern medicine for this but can't get relief from 2 months and the severity of symptoms. So he came for our clinic for Ayurveda treatment. Past history, no any history of sugar, diabetes, uh, hypertension, family illness, nothing. Kulvarta and Pritikul Madhume, Swakul Prakriti. And I check Ashtavit Pariksha. Ashtavit Pariksha, Nadi, Mutra, Jiva, Agni, Shabda, speech, Akurti, Bala. Shatput Pakirta, according to Ayurveda, any patient come, we do Ashtavit Pariksha. Right with pulse, stool, urine, tongue, Prakriti, speech, Madhyam, Balyam, BP. This is Ashtavit Pariksha. Then after that, investigation. Blood investigation check the ESR, blood sugar level, urine, everything is normal, nothing is there. Material. Method of sampling simple material. We use in herbals and minerals drugs. Herbal mineral drugs like Rasmanike, Tal Sindur, Nimba, Parval, Panchamrat, Kishore Gugol, Kam Dudaras. These all are Rasashtra Oshdi in Ayurveda. In Rasmanike, its work action is Vatshaleshmak, Jwarnashak, Kushtghan. Kushtghan means blood purifier and Swaskas Nashak. Tal Sindur is herbo mineral drug. It's very good blood purifier. Twakrat Vikar Nashak and Visham Jwar Nashak. And Nimba. Nimba is very Ushna, Kafarna, Vrant Shodhan wound healing and Kushtghana. Like this, Parval Panchamrat, Pitshamak, Swasthanashak. Kishore Google is also Vat Rakshnashak, Kushtghana, and Virat Nashak. Kamdudarak is also Pitvanashak, drugs, herbomineral drugs, Rakt Doshanashak. And quantity which I use in my practice, Ras Manike only 125 milligram 2 times after meals. Tal Sindur also is like a bhasm, 125 milligram. And these all are heavy metals and well purified, no side effects on body. Parval Pancha Amrit also 500 milligram BD after meals with water. And Kishore Google dose we use 250 milligram 1 BD after meals. Neem Patol Katur Honi Kwat, very effective herbs in skin disorder, dermatology, and with half cup of water after meal. This is the decoction of herbs, Kwat decoction of herbs. Kam Dudharas 250 milligram 1 BD after meals. Okay. Then first I do Panchkarma procedure. Panchkarma Vrechana. Vrechana is a part of the Panchkarma. Vrechana by 5 gram Tirvat Avle with lukewarm water daily at night. Sthanik Abhyanga with Vele Pladi oil. Vele Pladi oil very effective oil for psoriasis once in a day. Then after that I do Takradhara, very effective in skin dermatological process. Takradhara and Soracot ointment of Cortical Company, very effective in psoriasis disease. Discussion Hetu Sevan. Hetu season means region of the diseases. Aharaj. Aharaj Hetu. Aharaj is a tryptosma, so it is one of the chief responsible factor in the production of the kushta. You see, due to nowadays mostly people are take intake of junk food, oily fry food. So it's due to this blood deformity occur and virud ahar. Virud ahar mentioned in Ayurveda. Virud ahar, Acharya Charaka has stated that the substance acting antagonistic to the dhatu. Like if we take milk and banana, milk and fish, this is a virud ahara. Acharya Charak described 18 types of Vridhara in Vimanistanam of Charakistan, Charak Sanhita. Viharaj is Hetu, Viharaj, your behavior. Viharaj Hetu also play an important role in the production of Kushta. Mithya Vihar, Vek Dharna. Vek Dharna, if anybody feeling natural urges and you can hold, so this is very harmful for your body and Panchkarma, Panchkarma indicated in Vihar Hetus. Mithya Vihar, irregularity in the daily routine, the activity opposite to Swasth Virt is called Mithya Vihara. Sudden changes from cold to heat. If you are live in cold and sudden go to heat and Vishesvira comes under in Mithya Vihara, Vega Vedharan, suppression of natural urges. According to Ayurveda, if you suppresses your natural urges, then you are suffering from so many disease in this like skin disease main. Kirmis. Kirmis means worms. Maharishi Charak and Shushruta both are Rishi of Ayurveda. Both mention Krimi. Krimi means worms. Worms is one of the probable causative factor of Kushta. Samprapti means pathogenesis. Most of the Acharya have described the common samprapti of these kushta, but they have not emphasized on the samprapti of kushta. Hetu sevan means which type of hetu sevan जो region है according to this region hetu sevan वाद दोष प्रकोप शरीयत सर्वात संचार then त्वक रक्त मानस जलस धातु लसिका and विचार त्वक में मास धातु जलीय धातु लसिका and व्याची दृष्टि and क्लेदोत्पत्ति due to this क्लेदोत्पत्ति produce after क्लेदोत्पत्ति asvednam loss of sweatening mahavastu and yamik scaling of skin Masirloxanum means scaling of the skin. It is converted into एक कुष्ठा. This is the samprapti. Samprapti ghatak according to Ayurveda, vata kapha dosha prakop. Vata kapha dosha prakop. दूसरे रक्त मास धातु लसिका. Srotas which are effective, rasve raktve and mansve srotas. Sroto dushti, sancheve vritti, Udhavesnam, Tvak Mansve, Vikretesna, Ubhe, and Pardesi. And discussion, after that discussion on treatment principle, adopted clinical condition in the line of treatment, we think about Ampachana, undigestion, Ampachana, Deepna, Vat Kapha, Samshodhan, Shodhan Chakitsa, like Vrechan Chakitsa according to Panchkarma. So in which I use Ras Manikya, Tal Sindur having property of Rakt Sindusrak and Kushtvagan as well as Parval Panchamrat Pith Shamak, so reduce the symptom of Kandu of patient. Nimba very effective herbs in dermatology. Nim having antibacterial Kushtghan property as well as Katurhoni and Patola. Patola very effective herbs in dermatology having Katu Tikta Ras. Katu Tikta Ras which reduce the Rakta Dushti Kambundhe act as a Pitta Shamaka which is also helpful for reducing Rakta Dushti. Sthan Abgreh with Valepladi oil. Valepladi oil is manufactured by some Siddha medicine of SKM company, very effective in psoriasis or reduce the Tvak Ruksta. Daily Vrichana by Trivat Avle is helpful reducing Pitta Kafaj Dushti, which is help to decrease the symptom of disease. Sora coat manufacturing by Cortical company have Kushtagan Dravya like Sweat Conch, Nimbakirat, Tikta as well as Takradhara is a Vatarakshanam property help to reduce Tvak. At the end of 2 months, there is important 80% of total symptom of patient. Observe result. The result observed chief complaints first before treatment, Ubhe Pad and Patal Pardesi Tvak discoloration. Due to skin discoloration, so many discoloration, but after treatment, discoloration is reduced due to fresh blood supply. Due to fresh blood supply, discoloration reduces and erythemation patches rounded and irregular shape appearing. Silvery scaling, you see the silver scaling in his psoriasis patient, so many silver scaling, but after treatment, they reduces, totally completely reduces after treatment. Kandu itching due to before treatment, so many suffering from itching and after treatment nil. Dryness after treatment very nil and reduces. Conclusion, Ayurvedic herbs along with Panchkarma, there are show highly significant result in egg kushta. You can see the result. This is the before treatment result and you see the after treatment within 2 months, you see the result. I did not use any steroid, any allopathy medicine. This treatment within 2 months, I'll give this result. You see the before and after. And references, so many references in Charak Samhita, Dr. Brahmanand Tripathi, NCBI, this website, and Brahmanand Tripathi, Rasak Santre. So many references are there. And according to Ayurveda Granth, I do this treatment and you can check is this treatment out and very effective. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for letting us know about the psoriasis disease symptoms and its treatment and the procedure. And the treatment looks very effective. Thank you, sir.
Thank
If
you.
anyone has any questions regarding this treatment and about this topic, you can ask. Okay.
Anyone has any question, please feel free to ask. Actually, I have one question. Because we are online on the different system. So someone asked, they have the 10-year-old kids, and on the face there is white patches. Is there
Yes,
any,
it's
is any
leukoderma.
um, solutions for that?
Yes, sir. I have solutions. So many patients I treated through this leukoderma. Through some, I show my result. You can check my face, my page on Dr. Ayurveda. Dr. Ayurvedic, you see the result before and after. Leukoderma I treated. Very effective. Bakuchi is very good herbs. I use. Bakuchi is very good. Kishore Google is very good herbs, and Arogvardhani very good result. By this, I treated so many patients, and on my page on Facebook, Dr. Ayurvedic, you can see the result. If anybody suffering from this leukoderma, can contact with me with the previous history. Previous history is compulsory.
Okay. Okay. So I will request them to contact with you.
Yes, sir. Previous history compulsory. According to previous history, how many years he is suffering from leukoderma, what is the hetu, what is the reason, why, according to previous history, I treated the patient with panchkarma and with some medicine and with oil.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now we will move on to our next speaker, that is Dr. Sunil Vashisht and Dr. Brijala Vashisht from India. So please enlighten us with the topic of your topic, that is how to treat metabolic syndrome through Ayurveda.
Namaskar. First of all, I say sorry for the inconvenience. There was some trouble here. I would be speaking my experiences spread over the last 40 years. So far as management of metabolic syndrome is concerned, and my wife and colleague, Dr. Brit Balavasist, has been all along with me. So she is the co-author. So let us start. The question is, what is metabolic syndrome? Metabolic syndrome is the presence of a group of diseases that could result in coronary artery disease, stroke, and diabetes. So you can see how important this syndrome is. Ultimately, these three, long-standing and sometimes incurable diseases could be resulting from this syndrome. Now, what are those groups of diseases that can result from metabolic syndrome? These are abdominal obesity, diabetes mellitus, hypertension, high serum cholesterol and triglycerides, and low serum high density lipoprotein. Let me make it very clear. These are the group of diseases. These 5 groups of diseases are included in metabolic syndrome, and those, then ultimately these diseases can result in coronary artery disease, hypertension, and other problems. Now, what are the complications of metabolic syndrome? It could be coronary artery disease, as I discussed at the very outset. Hyperuricemia or gout could be there. Fatty liver disease could be there. PCOD, which is very common these days, it could be there. And in males, erectile dysfunction could result from it. Now, what could be the causes of metabolic syndrome? There are any number of causes for it, but the major causes include growing mental stress these days, low physical activity, high calorie, high fat diet, disturbed sleep, aging, mood disorders, defective genes, and psychotropic medicines. So these are the major causes that could result in metabolic syndrome. Now, what could be the pathophysiology? How actually metabolic syndrome develops? So there are fat cells in the body, and we are talking about the fat cells which are there in the center of the body. in the abdominal cavity. This is called the central obesity. So adipocytes means fat cells are there. And from these adipocytes or fat cells, plasma TNF-A alpha, it increases. This is enzyme, and it results in the production of cytokines, and those cytokines in turn, they result in insulin resistance. Now this is a major event. Whenever there is insulin resistance, we call it metabolic syndrome, because actually this is the place where all those complications arise. And when there is metabolic syndrome, obviously coronary artery disease, fatty liver, PCOD, erectile dysfunction, and other complications, they ensue. Now let us focus on the principles of Ayurvedic management of metabolic syndrome. And as I told you at the very outset, these are based on our clinical experiences spread over the last 40 years. So we have rearranged the principles as per own experiences. So first principle should be avoid the causes, and in so unless we avoid the causes that result in metabolic syndrome, we won't be expecting much improvement. The second principle should be reinforce digestion. And in Ayurvedic principles, it is called as Deepanam and Pachanam. The third principle is stimulate metabolism. Now there is a difference between digestion and metabolism. You all might be knowing. Digestion takes place in gut and metabolism takes place in all the body cells. So in Ayurvedic terms, it is called Dhatu Agni Varthanam. Now, after this, when the insulin resistance takes place, then we have to move to managing the complications. That means Upadrav, Upachar, and the main complication in metabolic syndrome is atherosclerosis. So obviously we need to manage atherosclerosis or Dhamni Pratijay Upachar, though there are some more diseases that we shall be discussing later on. Now, coming to the first principle, avoid the causes. And as we discussed at the very outset, mental stress is a major factor that could result in metabolic syndrome. So we need to avoid mental stress, and somehow we need to find out the reasons that make us happy. So avoiding mental stress should be the first principle. So far as avoiding the causes is concerned. Then we ask the patient to increase their physical activity. This is again very important. The present day lifestyle, particularly the sedentary living, is the major cause, and there is no substitute for increased physical activity. Another important factor is to have normal sleep. In these days, there is a lot of mental stress, many other factors that result in disturbed sleep. And we encourage the patient to have normal sleep by all means. Then managing mood disorders, this is again very important. Mood disorders are a major cause that result in metabolic syndrome, and we need to manage those disorders through counseling, through motivation, through other session, meditation, and of course medications. Then we ask the patient to eat low fat, low calorie diet. This is very, very important, because metabolic syndrome usually these days results from high fat diet and high calorie diet. Then there is defective genes, they cannot do much about it. Then psychotropic drugs, particularly allopathic drugs, these are major cause for metabolic syndrome. It may not be possible all the time to avoid this, but wherever it is possible, we should try to avoid the psychotropic drugs. Now, this was the first principle, and we call it in Ayurveda as Nidan Parivartana. The second principle is we need to reinforce digestion, because ultimately there is some problem with the digestion in the gut. I mean Mahasrotas, as we call it in Ayurveda. So what we need to do is we need to use Deepanam and Pachanam drugs. So instead of going through all those theoretical aspects of it, I'll be discussing about the drugs so that you all know what are the drugs that we found effective at this level. I mean to reinforce digestion. And Shunthi, ginger official, it is a Then pipli is there, Piper lagum. March is there, Piper nigrum. Hingu is there, Asafoetida. Then methi, Trigonella, Phenogrycum. Shatapushpa is there, Jeerak and Haridra. Haridra means turmeric, Curcuma longa. So these are the medicines, easily available Deepnam Pachana medicines that we use. And if we somehow encourage people to use more of these spices, there is a common tendency. There is a common tendency in Vaidyas these days. Just after following the modern medical doctors, they are habitual of asking the patient not to take too much of spices and chilies. Ayurveda doctors also prohibit their patients from taking spices, which is not correct. When our Acharya says that roga sarve api mandayagno, that means all the diseases or most of the diseases, they result from poor metabolism or poor digestion. Obviously, there is no substitute other than to use some pushna drugs or digestive drugs that we call Deepnam and Pachanam. So increased use of these spices could be a major factor in the management of metabolic syndrome. Now we come to the third step, and we need to reinforce metabolism, and we call it Dhatu Agni Vardhan. So there are different drugs that we use. We have been using different drugs for different types of Dhatu Agnis. We have 7 major, Dhatu Agnis: Rasagni, Raktagni, Mansagni, then Medu Agni, Asthi Agni, Majja Agni, Shukra Agni. So for different Agnis, we have different drugs.
I think there is a network problem.
Collectively, we shall be discussing some of the effective drugs, and what we found was to reinforce Dhatu Agni, Rohan, obviously it is Raktagni, Mansagni.
Dr. Sunil Vashish, are you there with us? Sir, you are in mute, sir. Dr. Sunil Vashish.
Now it's okay. You can go ahead.
Yeah, can you see me?
Yes.
Hello? Slides. Just a minute. Slides near. Just a minute. Are the slides visible? Yeah, take it. Yeah. So then one more drug, and this is Raktamarich, red chili, capsicum onion. Again, this is a potent medicine to reinforce metabolism, and many of the Vaidyas may be surprised to see this drug as a drug because they usually prohibit it. They ask their patients to avoid it, but in our view, this is a folly. It should not be done. This medicine has to be used if we need to reinforce Dhatu Agnis. Then Gandir is Coleus forscolai. Coleus forscolai is a metabolic stimulant, and it acts by improving the cyclical AMP in the cells and metabolism, particularly in the mitochondria. Then one more very potent drug which is used to reinforce or enhance metabolism is Bhalatak, Semacar or Semacardium. Now, many of the Vaidyas, they are scared of using Bhalatak, which is not fair. This has been labeled as Amrut by Acharya Charak and many other Acharyas. It should be purified first. It should be purified, and thereafter, if it is used, most of the times it doesn't have any side effects. Then again, one more very effective medicine to reinforce metabolism is Chitrak Plumbagos zelanica. Again, its synonym is Agni. So that means you can imagine how hot or metabolic stimulant this medicine is. Then Vidang is there, Amelia arrives, and thereafter Shilajatu again. Shilajit, asphaltum is another potent medicine that we can use to reinforce metabolism. Friends, some of you might not be, accepting our viewpoint, but all these observations are based on our clinical observations, and we have been getting results by using this in various aspects of metabolic syndrome. Now, just a minute. Please come. Please come. Hello. This is not working. Slides are getting ready. Just a minute, please. Just a minute.
We can see slide.
Yeah, just a minute, please. Just a minute. Something is not wrong. Now, what we did was, Mr. Rajesh Mishra gave me the permission to discuss our products also. Our Pradhan Mantri is very interested to highlight what we are making in this country. So, just an instance of it, we have made one product by the name Thydin, and it has 5 ingredients that we just discussed as metabolic stimulants. One of these key ingredients is Brahmi, then Guglu, Gandir is there, Pipli, Piperlangum is there, and then Pipli. So these 5 we have included in our Thydin. This is a thyrostimulant medicine, and we use it to reinforce metabolism. Thereafter, we have another medicine by the name Replac. Just its name tells us that it reverses the plaque, and it is thyrostimulant, but at the same time it stimulates metabolism. And we have included Guglu, Comifera Bukul, Bhallatak, and Chitrak in it. So these 3 medicines, drugs have been included in Replac, and we use it as a thyrostimulant to reinforce metabolism. One more medicine that primarily contains a Shilajit, and we have named it as Minovit. We use it to reinforce the metabolism, particularly when it is poor metabolism. Now, this was one aspect. Third, step. Now, fourth step comes for managing the complications. And as we discussed, there are major complications of metabolic syndrome: diabetes mellitus, coronary artery disease, hypertension, PCOD, and erectile dysfunction. So we shall be discussing drugs that are metabolic syndrome stimulants on the one hand. At the same time, these medicines act specifically on these diseases. So let us start with the drugs that we have been using to manage diabetes mellitus. So obviously these are metabolic stimulants, and the major or the key drugs that are used in managing diabetes are Mamajak, Nicotinamide, then Meshashringi is there, we call it good mar also, then Gymnema sylvestre, Lata current is there, then Katuki, Piperazapuro, Indruvaruni, Bhumi Amalki. Bhumi Amalki is Phyllanthus neruri. Bhallatak again we have got here to manage diabetes mellitus, and Shilajit. These are the key drugs that we have been using to manage diabetes, particularly when this happens as a consequence to metabolic syndrome. Now, what we did was we used Mamajak, Meshashringi, Lata Karanjal, Katuki, Pipali, Rakta Marich, and Indruvaruni as 7 ingredients, and we made a tablet of it out of these medicines, and this is Glyci. This is effective because clinical research has been conducted on this drug at the Institute of Postgraduate Teaching and Research in Ayurveda, Jamnagar, and they have found it quite effective. Now, the second group that we use for managing the complications of metabolic syndrome is medicines that are used for managing CAD or coronary artery disease. So what are the drugs? We use Guglu, Bhallatak, Chitrak, Katki, Bhumi Amalki, Rason, Arjun, and Pushkaru. Many of these medicines may not be directly metabolic stimulants, but they do act at various other stages of pathophysiology of the disease. Primarily, Guglu, Bhallatak, and Chitrak, as we discussed earlier also, these from the contents of ingredients of the Replac tablet, these are primarily used for 2 purposes: to stimulate the metabolism and to reverse the atherosclerotic process that goes on particularly in coronary artery disease. Then we have got Kataki and Bhumia Balki Rason. These three medicines, these have diverse pharmacological actions. They act in a wide variety of ways, and ultimately they stimulate the metabolism, and they have been found to be effective in clinical research. Experimentally, they have been found to be effective in atherosclerotic process. Then we have Arjun and Pushkarmul. Arjun as such may not be, a metabolic stimulant, but it does have an action in dyslipidemias. And Pushkarmul is primarily a coronary vasodilator drug. So these are the drugs that we use in managing coronary artery disease. And out of this, we have included three drugs. Pushkarmul means inhaler acidosa, Arjun terminalia Arjuna, and Brahmi again, the Copamodiari. And we have added these medicines in these drugs in one medicine, and we call it Corflos. It improves coronary flow, and we use it as an anti-anginal and anti-ischemic also. Now Riplak, again it is repeated. It has Guglu, Bhandatak and Chitrak, and we use it as anti-atherosclerotic. And there are, after that we have Levi tablet. It has Bhumiyamalki, Kakmachi and Sharpunkha. This is primarily an anti-dyslipidemic medicine, and as I told you, this Medu Agni is disturbed in metabolic syndrome, and these drugs, Bhumiyamalki, Kakmachi and Sharpunkha, they reinforce fat metabolism, I mean Medu Agni, and that's why we use it, this Levi, in as anti-dyslipidemic. And thereafter we come to the third complication, and this is management of hypertension or Uccha Raktachap or Vyan Vata Vriddhi. Many medicines could be used for diverse actions. The drugs that we found effective in managing hypertension were Bhumiyamalki, Punarnava, Shank Pushpi, Jatamansi, Sarpagandha, Kakmachi, and Sharpunkha. As I told you, these medicines act in a wide variety of ways, because we know that even science today says that in 90% of the patients suffering from hypertension, the cause is not known. So that's why such hypertension is called as primary or essential hypertension. But even then, on the basis of 5 divisions of Vata, we can tell that yes, we have drugs that act on different divisions of Vata. For example, Bhumiyamalki we found quite effective in Samanvat, Punanava in Apanvat, Shank Pushpi in Pranvat, Jatamansi in Udanvat, and Sarpagandha in Vyanvat. So we have these 5 medicines acting on 5 divisions of neuroendocrine system. I mean Vata, then Kakmachi and Sharpunkha are there. Now what we did was, all those 5 initial drugs, Bhumiyamalki, Punanava, then Shanku Pushpi, Jatamansi and Sarpagandha, we included these 5 medicines on acting on different divisions of Vata in one product, and we call it Samvyan. It brings Samyata in Dushta Vyam. So this is primarily anti-hypertensive medicine. Please come. Are you there? Yes. Now again, Levi is the repetition. This is again antihypertensive, Bhumiyamalki, Kakmachi and Sharpunkha. And thereafter Phylocell is one medicine that has only Bhumiyamalki. Again, it is antihypertensive. Now we come to the fourth complication, and this is management of PCOD. And we have given it a name, Bahubikosha Grandhi. So there are different medicines that we have found to be effective in PCOD or PCOS. Primarily, we have Shatavari, Putram Jeev, Shilajatu, Bhallatak, Guglu, Mamajak, Mesha Shringi, Lata Karanje, Katki, and Indravarni. Now, let us discuss. Now, out of this, we have added Shatavari, Putram Jeev, and the Shilajatu in one medicine, and we have named it as 40F. And this is the primary medicine that we use in patients suffering from female infertility, especially if it is because of polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now, another medicine that we use in polycystic ovarian syndrome is Glyci, and we have already discussed it. This is anti-diabetic also, but it promotes ovulation, and it has got Mamajak, Mesha Shringi, Lata Karanji, Katki, Pipli, Raktmarich, and Indravarni. Thereafter, we have Replug. Again, it is repeated. You will forgive me. We have to use different medicines in different groups. So, Guglu, Bhallatak, and Chitrak is there. Again, we use it to promote ovulation in patients suffering from PCOD. And there, lastly, we come to manage erectile dysfunction in males, and we call it Klaibe Upchar. There are different drugs that we use for this purpose. And out of this, Utramjeev, Shilajatu, Kokilaksha, Ashwagandha, Kapikachu, Yashad, and Musli. These are the major drugs. Again, we are discussing metabolic syndrome, and as a complication of it, when the erectile dysfunction, develops, we have to use these medicines because these act specifically on male genital system. So what we did was we added Putramjeeva, Roxapatai, Shilajatu, and Kokilaksh in one product, and we named it as 40F, and we use it in erectile dysfunction or Klaibe Upchar. Then we have 40M. We have Ashwagandha, then Hygro, actually wrongly typed. It should be Hygro. Hygro is a medicine, actually it is used in adolescents for their physical growth, but it is effective in erectile dysfunction, and it has Ashwagandha, Shilajatu, Kapikachu, and Yashad as its ingredients. And thereafter we have, one more complication is there, hyperuricemia or gout, and we in Ayurveda call it Vatarakta, and Vatarakta Upchar is done by Bhumi Amalki, Punarnava, Kataki, Kakamachi, Kuduchi, and Nimba. Then lastly, we come to Livi. Livi again is anti-hyperuricemic, and it has ingredients Bhumi Amalki, Kakamachi, and Sharapunka. Now, ultimately, we come to management of fatty liver, and for that, we use Bhumi Amalki, Kakamachi, Sharapunka, Kataki, Kuduchi, Guglu, Bhallatak, and Chitrak. All these medicines act on fat metabolism, particularly in metabolic syndrome, and again, we use Bhumi Amalki, Kakamachi, and Sharapunka as anti-hyperuricemic also, and a Replug that promotes fat breakdown, and Bhallatak and Chitrak. So I thank you very much. It was a huge work that I tried to conclude in 15 minutes. You'll excuse me if some of the things have not been given justice, but I try to put before you the work that we have been doing for the last 4 decades. Thank you very much, and I thank the organizers to give us a chance to present our research for the front end. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for letting us know about metabolic syndrome causes and how to overcome of this in our daily life using those medicines. Thank you, sir. Anyone has any questions regarding metabolic syndrome? You can ask Dr. Sunil Vashishta. He's here with us.
Sir, can we get this medicine in Germany? Or do we need any prescriptions for this kind of medicine, or people can buy this kind of medicine without prescriptions?
Certainly, we are supplying these medicines across the globe, and doctors are getting directly from us, and the patients as well. Some doctor should prescribe these medicines, then we can supply.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Dr. Vijay Caroline, President of International Ayurveda Medical Association. He will be speaking about the topic of chronic inflammation treatment using Ayurveda. Dr. Vijay Caroline.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes, I have a presentation. I would like to upload that. I hope you are able to view my screen.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Vijay Karolin. I am a BMS graduate from Government Ayurveda College, Trivandrum, and I am practicing Ayurveda in Barcelona as a private practice since last 12 years. Today I take this opportunity, first of all, I would like to extend my uh, greetings to all of you uh, on this moment of Ayurveda Day, and I would like to move on to start my presentation on explaining how AMA or chronic inflammation treatment is very important in treating all the diseases. I am of the opinion that ourselves, our Ayurveda faculties, have overseen or looked over or just forgotten the importance of treating chronic inflammation in each diseases. If they had considered treating the inflammation and then moving on to the treatments of each diseases, we would have got excellent results. So I would like to refresh your memories or information on Ama Chikitsa so that we will be able to use it in our daily practice. AMA or chronic inflammation. And definition of an inflammation is the reaction occurring towards cell damage in multicellular organisms. Why an inflammation is produced in our body? It is to control the damage that is produced and also to repair the cell damage. There are two types of inflammation that occurs in our body. One is acute inflammation and the other one is chronic. Acute inflammation is the one that is produced immediately after a cell damage and it's of a short span. It is mediated by neutrophils. Cardinal signs of inflammation. Anybody who has inflammation will have these symptoms: temperature, localized temperature or generalized temperature, redness, edema, pain, loss of function. While chronic inflammation is an inflammation which stays for more time, it is mediated by macrophages, lymphocytes, angioblasts, and other components of cell repair also. Basically, chronic inflammation is of long duration and where the process of cell damage and cell repair are found at the same time. It is the major causes for diseases like, excuse me, can you just mute your phone, please?
Uh, Excuse
I
me,
hear,
everyone, please mute your system. Only Dr. Vijay Caroline can speak now.
please, thank you. In the case of chronic inflammation is the cause of many important diseases like cancer and metabolic syndromes. This is in Spanish. Well, it can produce osteopenia, cancer, sarcopenia, vitamin D deficiency, anemia, coagulation problems, or increased coagulation, atherosclerosis, hypertension, diabetes, etc. The Ayurvedic part, chronic inflammation can be equated to ama, ushmano alpabelattvena, dhadumadima pachidam, dushtamama shegadam, rasamamam pajakshide, which is taken from Ashtanga Hridayam, Sutrasthanam, chapter 12, verse 25, which says, ama is the pathological state in which one or more doshas bring non-transformable tissue rasa to the stomach to digest again. When the digestive power is less or weakened or the food consumed is too heavy. So what are the symptoms? Symptoms, we have 10 symptoms for chronic inflammation that needs to be detected or checked for every patient. According to Charaka, a doctor is only fit to practice only if he is able to diagnose ama and nirama. So I understand this is one thing which is basic in all our practice. Shrodo roda balabhramsha gaurava anila mudhada alasya apakti nishtiva malasanga aruji klama. These are the 10 symptoms that needs to be checked to find out if there is chronic inflammation in each and every of our patients, so that we can decide what chikitsa, what treatment has to be done, whether it is to be done ama chikitsa or nirama chikitsa, and whereby ama chikitsa or inflammatory treatment has to be done with priority. Shrodo rodha, blockage in the body canals, 13 in males and 15 in females. Balabhramsha, loss of body strength. Gaurava, heaviness of the body. Anila mudhada, blockage in the activities of dosha vada. Alasya, tiredness. Apakti, lack of appetite. Nishtiva, production and spitting of excessive saliva or sticky saliva. Malasanga, constipation. Aruchi, loss of sense of taste. And klama, depression. This number 10, depression, is also found along with chronic inflammation. So the depression that is, it is different from the depression that is found clinically in a psychiatric disease. So almost the general depression that we see, we have to find out whether it is caused by ama. Now, Samavada, well, the types of ama are based on vada. It is ama of dosha vada. Samavada is a chronic inflammation affecting the degenerative activities of the body. It could affect the synovial membrane. Sama sandhigata vada. So it could be arthritis pain, muscles. So it is sama mamsagadavada, myositis, tendons, tendinitis, sama kandaragadavada, and local sites just producing pain and swelling, tenosynovitis, bursitis, fasciitis. So sama pitta is chronic inflammation affecting the transformative activities of the body. If it is in the liver, yakrat, it can be kamala. If it's in the bone marrow, it can be majja gada vidhradi. If it is in the arteries, samasira gada pitta, arteritis or vasculitis. All types of inflammations which produce pus can be equated to sama pitta. Sama kapha is chronic inflammation affecting the anabolic activities of the body. Bronchitis, sama kapha jakasam. Intestine, sama kaphaja adisaram. Rhinitis, pradishaya. Diarrhea, pravahiga. Atopic dermatitis, vicharchiga. Causes of ama, well, causes of chronic inflammation. Modern medicine is still trying to figure out what are the causes of chronic inflammation, while in Ayurvedic medicine, we have a very clear-cut idea about what causes ama. It says Guru Ashanam, food difficult to digest can cause chronic inflammation. Shidam, cold food and activities can cause chronic inflammation. Adisnigdam, highly oily food. Adimatram, aharam, food excessing the limit. Sama Ashanam, combination of wholesome and unwholesome food. And finally, Chintyanam, Adichintanam, excessive thoughts. Causes of ama, Guru Ashanam, heavy food, cold food, highly oily food, high amount of food, mixing together wholesome and unwholesome food, and excessive thoughts. Now, chronic inflammation treatment. We have to identify the metabolic activity or dosha that is associated with each inflammation. And basically, there are the two types of ama based on the treatments. One is that which could be metabolized. That is, sama kapha and sama vada can be metabolized using digestive agents that are having ushna virya. The other group cannot be metabolized because they are ama visha and sama pittaja. So they had to be neutralized using herbs that are bitter taste and that are having cold potency, shida virya. So basic treatment for ama is Lenkanam, Swedanam, Tikta Kadu, Deepanam. Lenkanam is treatments that are not nourishing. Swedanam is application of heat to produce sweat. And Tikta Kaduga Deepanam means using herbs that and food and drinks that are bitter and spicy in taste. Treatment of chronic inflammation, which is for Vada and Samakabha. Avoid cold, avoid raw food and drinks, avoid, you can drink boiled water, warm water with ginger and coriander, apply dry heat locally, avoid sour taste, avoid daytime sleep, use spicy digestive medicines. Now we are going on to the treatments for Sama Pitta and Amavisha. Drink boiled water with puffed rice, that is tarpana, and drink that without warmth. Avoid raw food and drinks, avoid sour taste, and use bitter digestive medicines like Tinospora cordifolia, Guduchi, Phyllanthus neruri, Bhumyamalaga, and Momordic and other medicine. This selections of medicine of herbs is because we are in Europe, because most of the medicines are not available here. So for practical purposes, the diet can be adjusted using these types of herbs. I have tried this and it works very well. Almost all the types of presentations, all the diseases start with ama, and I have found out it works. The ama has to be corrected primarily to give a good result for the treatments. Thank you for your time. I hope I have just brought into your purview the importance of ama chikitsa primarily before treating or going on to treat the disease. Thank you for your time. And once again, good regards on Ayurveda Day. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Vijay. Thank you for informing us about AMA disease causes and its treatment. Has anyone any questions regarding this AMA disease and treatment? You can ask now, Dr. Vijay. Okay, I think there are no questions.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Dr. Kalpana Bandekar from Germany. She's an allopathic doctor and Ayurvedic specialist, as well as she's a book author and a journalist. She brings the complex issues of Ayurvedic lifestyle and medicine in a light and practical way to her patients and readers. Right now, Dr. Kalpana Bandekar works in Berlin and prepares her first online magazine. Today, she will be going to speak on the topic of Ayurveda in modern life. Dr. Kalpana, are you there with us now? Dr. Kalpana, you are in mute now.
Hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you. So, Will you ask me questions, or shall I just talk about modern Ayurveda?
You can now start with your topic and then we can ask about questions.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I want to introduce myself. I'm living and working in Germany, in Berlin and Hanover. And yes, there are some interesting points working with Ayurveda in Germany or in Europe, far away from India, where it was the origin. And I think it is very necessary to point out what are the most important things we have to consider with these patients who are coming to us. Those who are coming are already conscious about their health, but not necessarily too much into holistic thinking about how their lifestyle or food can influence each other's subject. So I think it is very important to see what kind of conscious is the person who comes to us. Okay, so you're not there, but I think I will be there. Yes, when I learned Ayurveda in Gujarat at Dr. Gupta's clinic, and this was very typical Indian style. Okay, we saw patients with problems, and they got a diet regimen, they got supplements, they got yoga exercise, and this is the way they accepted already. It was a short time, they will be given what they have to do, and they said nothing and they did it at home. Okay, so here it is different. We have to explain to people why we do that, and that implements also different thinking. So about this point, we have to catch really what kind of person is coming to us. So it is so different. Especially in Berlin, it's very international, and I feel that especially people from Russia or from South America, they're very much into this holistic thinking. Yeah, they know that what they do to their body, it's what kind of lifestyle they have, it will have an impact on their body on deep level, also on their digestion and everything. So this is different, but especially with German people, we have to explain a lot of things. And I know also a lot of German people who had been to an Indian Ayurvedic doctor, but they were not explained properly why not to take this food and that food. And I want to take the audience now to make you more conscious about that. Yeah, that people here not necessarily know about the qualities of our food items, as we know in India. I was brought up with that, and I know maybe that watermelon is heating, yeah, or like sugar is cooling, and all these things. So we have to teach the people. And for that, it is necessary to let them better know about our thinking. And this is sometimes difficult if we are so much in our medical terms, we are thinking in that complex way. Maybe we have to come down and explain in a very simple way, as they were children. So what is about Agni? Agni is the digestion power. And when we tell them, don't eat meat in the evening, don't eat banana in the evening or whatever, we have to tell them why it is. And we can, what's good, we can use what we have here from the scientific way. We have the enzymes. Yeah, we can take this word because people know about enzymes, and we can tell them our Agni is the same meaning as about the function or the activity of the Agni. So this helps people. And I can also see that people are not properly having a daily routine. This is totally different when I see it in India. So people don't start to work in India at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock. This is here, this is totally different. It could be that they are have to rush in the morning, and yes, they forget totally. They are so much focused on what is good to eat that they forget what is a good, healthy daily routine. So this is what we have to teach them too. This is in countries like India, it is yes, it's the whole society lives in an Ayurvedic way, you could say. But this is different in this country here, or in Europe especially. Sorry.
Dr. Kalpana, are you there? Dr. Kalpana, I think she got disconnected.
Yeah, oh, sorry, yes, they got disconnected.
Sorry, we were interrupted. Yeah, I'm very sorry.
No problem.
So about the daily routine, which is not here in Europe as we have it in India, we have to teach the people. We have to teach them to go to sleep in a good time, like at 10 o'clock, or get up in the early morning to do meditation, yoga, and all these things. There are timings for each and everything. So bring it more on the practical point. So what to do? We have to see it individually, but on the other hand, there are also some biorhythmic factors which we can also explain them what is necessary, and to give them also a shadow how to plan a day and how to plan their work. There's one very important word here in Europe. It is the work-life balance. Sorry, patients try to get me, want me to understand, to call back. So we have to explain much more than we can do it in India. And for that reason, I find that it's nice also to give them some practical explanations. It's not only about cooking, but it's only how to live a healthy life and how to work healthy. And if you are in the city, it starts that nature is missing. So how can they come to the nature? This is the biggest, best medicine ever, the fresh air. And we in Europe have that problem that you can't go out for fresh air when you are working. It is not possible. So we have to find good ideas about this, and this makes it so challenging here in Europe, and especially in Germany, to give them a plan about what is the best lifestyle for them. And it takes also time. When we tell Indian patients what is good for them and what not, they can change it very immediately. So all the environment is already like they can do it. They have something who can cook for them. There's a lot of support. But here it is not. So we have to see that these people need time for that. And this makes the treatment totally different. Yes, and I think that we should start as Indian doctors to see more about the needs and the habits European people have, or Western people. You could also say it is the same in USA, and where it comes from, and why they have certain habits, how that developed. And mostly this comes from a time from the last centuries, and these people here in Europe, mostly they were farmers, and they were working really hard, and so the industrialization also changed totally their work-life balance. And what's happening, what has happened here has a great impact on their health. And it is especially the working conditions where we have to see clearer what is possible and what not. So if we tell the people here, eat fresh and cook fresh every day, you can be sure most of them will say, I don't have the time, and how can I do this? So we have to get them ideas, and this is a typical different work here as an Ayurvedic doctor as we have that in India. And I think that everyone from us can teach what we know from our home. So we go down from the medical explanations also to daily practical explanations. And yes, like also it is possible to see in which kind of family situation people are. Mostly they are stressed because they don't have healthy family or friendships. So mostly people here are much under stress. So, and I found out in my practice that the best way to treat people is to show them meditation. And this is what I can tell you. I swear on meditation. It also helps to increase the Agni. It helps to increase the quality to make a differentiation what is good or not good for me. So in this sense, meditation should be always a part of the treatment. And this is what I tell people here, that mostly those diseases or symptoms are related to stress, and as they can't change that, they have a stressful life. So it is best that we start with the central, to soothe the mind. And I would start always with meditation as a big part of the treatment. And so I work with the 3 things that I teach them: meditation, I tell them how to eat and what to eat, and how to to bring that into their daily life, in their work life also. And I teach them also some exercises. And now we are on the other side. Ayurvedic treatment also should contain yoga exercises. And you have a wide range of what you have to do and what you do. It depends on how much movement has a person. So some people sitting the whole day, they need much more moves than other people who are working and running here and there, or even at home they don't find any silence, so they need more pranayama, more silent exercises. So in this way, again, we have to see individually, but again, we have to see what is necessary here in the Western countries. And this is also a big part of mine. So I have yoga, I have meditation, and I have food. And I have the supplements too, but people don't like so much to take so many pills. They tell me when they come from Ayurvedic clinics in India or Sri Lanka, they get a bunch of tablets and all these. But coming here, after a while, they are not willing to take these things. And it's not only that they don't like to take the pills, it is also about time and thinking of to take. So our Ayurvedic concept is so ancient, so old. That was a time when people had time to look after themselves, to cook and to take out the herbals they need and all that. But this today is not very possible. So what I try is to put the supplements to their meal, if this is possible, and give as less as possible. And sometimes it is necessary also to give them more, but then we have to instruct them better. Yes, what I can see is, I think my time is over. And yes, I would like to hand over to the next one.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Yes, we
Yes.
agree that meditation, yoga, and healthy food is necessary in this Western lifestyle. Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone has any questions to Dr. Kalpana Bandekar?
So I can take the opportunity to say something. I think our focus is naturally to promote Ayurveda in Germany. And the real promotion will be when we motivate people, on the same time utilize our own product also. So like the Dr. Kalpana ji, if you can introduce more Ayurvedic medicine because you are the authority, you have the authority. Normal people, normal therapist, we cannot introduce medicine. So here is a Dr. Dr. Vasistha. So you can use their product also. If I don't have authority to say their product is not how, but how they introduce, it seems nice. So make in India product, no, vocal to local. So this, thank you very much.
Excuse me. I want to ask one question by Dr. Kalpana.
Yes.
I am MD Panchkarma doctor in India in Amritsar. So I want to know what is the future. Namaskar, namaskar. What is the future of Panchkarma in Germany? Like Purkarma, like Shirodhara, like Ayurveda Abhyanga, and like Potli massage, like this. Only external treatment. What is the scope of this in Germany? Yeah, in future, but maybe.
Uh, in future, it would be very, very good if we have authentic clinics here, really. But mostly people find that too costly. That's the problem. You can work with a doctor who can work with private insurances. This could be a plan, yeah. There's only one clinic here in Germany who's doing that. And otherwise, people tell me that it might be too expensive because the oils here are so expensive, even if you import them. And it has to be a proper medication. We have to bring the oils, they're very, very costly. And in Germany, there's another point, you are not allowed to make basti with oil. This is a problem, yeah, because if you have vata-related diseases, then you need that. And you can't do vamana and all these things. No? But with
No,
other
woman
remedies,
internally, sorry.
it is absolutely fine. You can do this.
As you in lecture, you say mostly people are suffering from stress.
Yes.
So in stress, Shirodhara is very effective treatment. Only
Exactly.
external treatment.
Yes.
Why not we can start there? So we can show workshop there with Mishra Ji platform. We can do workshop there.
Yes, certainly, we can do this. I just say it is very costly to get the real oils here, the tylams, yeah? And I don't like to make a compromise with sesame oil. I'm not like that. A lot of people do this here, yeah? But I think we have to take this Mahanarayan tylam, don't we? Yeah? Yeah, and not to take only sesame oil. This is not the way I work, actually, yeah? So we have to see sometimes the costs and the needs, yeah? But I think the scope is very
we can manufacture there. We can prepare the oil in our kitchen, and where cost is very low. In future, we can prepare.
Yes, that would be so great. That would be so, yes. Especially if you want to start something, you should come to Berlin because it's missing, absolutely.
If Mishra ji called me, definitely I'll come there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Dr. Adrish Brahmadatta from Bangkok. Dr. Adrish Brahmadatta is one of the highly accomplished leading professional in the field of Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, and healing wellness in the world. Currently, he is the resident wellness doctor at the premium award-winning luxury urban resort, the Siam Hotel, Bangkok, Thailand, and working as a visiting professor at CBS, RILCA, and Mahidol University. Dr. Adrish Brahmadatta will be speaking about the role of Ayurveda body type on Hatha Yoga practice.
Namaskar. Good evening. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir. we can.
My heartily namaskar to everybody on the occasion of today, Dhanvantar Divas. And it is already 10 o'clock plus in Thailand. Well, I must thankful to all of you to wait for me and Dr. Misra. Well, my topic is talk about the role of Ayurveda body type on Hatha Yoga practice. Why I choose this topic today? Because I am an Ayurvedic doctor. Along with I studied yogic science from the Bihar Yoga Bharati University, while Dr. Misra was one of the students that time, the same place. So we know each other since last 20 years. Thank you, Dr. Misra, again. First of all, today we know the world is very much into yogic practice, especially it is the Hatha Yoga, means asanas, pranayamas, mudra, vandas, satkarmas. Ayurveda is some extent well practiced in some part of the world, but it is not even recognized, as there are many issues in Germany. Just Dr. Kalpana said, whatever, the same thing in ASEAN countries. We have many issues on Ayurveda practice. Anyway, I'm not going to that. I'm come to the topic that everybody you see today in the studios, the Hatha Yoga studios all over the world, people go in mass scale, 50, 100, and there are classes. They continue for everybody. There is a series of postures and breathing and whatever they have, and they give it to everybody. But as of Ayurveda, that we understand that the role of body type, because we all are not the same. We act in different way, we behave in different way, we talk, we emote, everything is different to each other. And as we know that these emotions, these behaviors, these actions, because of the body type that we have, and it is the main game plan of the elements that we have, that the 5 elements and the body type, and that create different persons and their behavior and actions. So that when we are different as of Ayurveda, so we must, if we understand that concept of Ayurveda, that how body types are, to knowing our own body type is very important to every single individual, to for practice, not only a yogic practice or any kind of fitness or health oriented workout that we need to do. That is very important, that if we understand our body type and we utilize that understanding to our workout, then it will be more fruitful and it will not create any kind of imbalance inside. Well, as of Ayurveda body type, we know there are 7: Vata type, Kapha type.
I would request everyone to mute themselves. Please allow Dr. Adrish to speak.
Okay. So as we know, all 7 body type: Vata type, Pitta type, Kapha type, Vata Pitta, Pitta Kapha, Kapha Vata, or Vata Pitta Kapha. So when we practice, like someone is a Kapha dominant person, and the person is doing some kind of Hatha Yoga practice, such as like Sitali Pranayama or very easy Sukshma Vyayamas, that it is not going to be fruitful for them. If someone is really Kapha type, and how it is useful for practice some series of like Surya Namaskar in a dynamic way, then it is very useful for the person. Someone is Vata type, they are very lean and thin, and they are doing nowadays their hot yoga. There is some people they like vinyasa yoga, and when you do like dynamic way, it will burn you out, and this will be more complicated. Vata type people will be more anxiolytic, they'll be more hyper, it will break them down. So the concept is understanding the importance of understanding body type is important, and it is necessary for every single individual, whether the individual is practicing or working out for other form of exercise or not even, but it is important. So why I put it here to yoga? Because yoga is very popular, very famous, everybody doing, everybody want to know it, what is yoga practices. So we must bring this concept that important of body type, allow the individual to practice, integrate with yogic practice, enhance the balance and enhance the health, achieving the goal of health very fast and soon. So it is that I want to talk about it in this platform, because this is not just because Ayurveda and yoga, they are not the two different things. Well, understanding is in a two different world, but both are sister sciences. Ayurveda, yoga, both talk about the 5 elements, both talk about Vata, Pitta, Kapha, or they understand Sattva, Raja, and Tamagunas. So we believe in nadis, we believe in panchakosas. So both are sister signs. So it is in this platform I want to talk that this is important to understand the body type, and through body type, we must go for practice of Hatha Yoga. It could be asana, it could be pranayama, it could be bandha, it could be satkarma even, to purify ourselves. It is important. That's what I want to tell. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anyone has any questions to Dr. Adrish? Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
We are in the last part of our seminar today, that is vote of thanks. That will be done by Gulshan Dingla, Vice Consul General, India and Indo. Shri Gulshan Dingla, sir, I would like to invite you here.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Ms. Koti. Yeah. Namaste, Guten Abend, and good evening. Honorable Consul General, sir, our most valued speakers, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed my pleasure to present the vote of thanks on the occasion of International Seminar on Ayurveda organized by Shaktya Bremen, together with our Consulate General of India, Hamburg, to celebrate the Ayurveda Day 2020. On behalf of the Consulate General of India, Hamburg, I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to all the speakers. And I think it would be very unfair if I don't mention their names specifically. So the honor goes to Dr. Harsha Graminga, Dr. Professor V.P. Singh, Dr. Vibke Mome, Dr. Kalpana Bandekar, Dr. Sunil Vasist, Dr. Adrish Brahmadatta, Dr. Bhupinder Singh, and Dr. Vijay Caroline. I think 2 speakers could not make it, at the last moment due to some reasons. So anyways, our heartfelt thanks to all the guest speakers for sharing their wonderful ideas about the Ayurveda, which is quite relevant these days. Especially due to the ongoing pandemic that the whole world is suffering through. And our special thanks to Ms. Purti Benikati for smoothly and flawlessly moderating this event. And we also express our gratitude to Dr. Rajesh Mishra for organizing this event together with our consulate. Let me mention that Dr. Mishra has been associated with us during many of our events in the past. Apart from his yoga skills, for which we all know him, he is well known for his philanthropic work and quite active as a review committee member of the Hamburg Association, which was formed to help the students and stranded Indians during COVID-19. Last but not the least, Dr. Mishra has also initiated to organize another online event along with Dr. Shazia Wolber, which would be happening on 18th of November, and that is German-India Business Summit, and it would be happening at 18th November at 1000 hours. So in case you are interested, you can kindly check the details on our website or social media handles. So with this, I wind up, and stay safe, stay connected, and we look forward for your online presence on 18th November, and wishing you all a very happy Diwali. And thank you so much, and over to Ms. Venika. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone for joining. Your feedback, suggestions, so that we can update in next event. Happy Diwali to all of you. Thank you. Namaskar.